Welcome back. All right, so the NHL has released its schedule, and it's early in the off season for said schedule. I'm happy with it. We'll see how it all goes. It looks like I'm going to be pretty busy mid October. It ramps up pretty quickly, but the season opens October 7th and 8th in Prague. So they're going to Czech Republic or Czechia, right? It'll be Nashville and San Jose. So they'll play two games there, and so since they're conference opponents, they'll play each other one more time. But November 4th and 5th in Tampere, Finland, the Blue Jackets and the Avalanche are playing two games. Meaning, if you're a Columbus fan and you're like, I really want to get a ticket to see the defending Stanley Cup champions play, you'd have to go over to Finland to watch. So those are games that'll be on early over here for us. It'll be on at a more normal time for those in Europe, so they'll be happy. I'll be happy with those games too because honestly, they're matinee games. It's easy enough to do reviews for that. Nashville and San Jose will have my undivided attention on the 7th and the 8th because the NHL schedule technically in North America starts on the 11th, but for watching games in the 7th and the 8th, it means season started. So January 2nd, we get the Winter Classic in Boston against Pittsburgh. Right, the Winter Classic not on the 1st. Seems kind of weird, but here we are. January 21st is Hockey Day in Canada. So that's when all 7 teams in Canada are in action and they try to stagger the games out. I didn't see the Hockey Day in America being listed on there, but I know that like they have that as well. Usually it's a couple of weeks before the Hockey Day in Canada. Usually the Hockey Day in America comes before. I know there's a couple weeks separation. See, and I say that out loud and I'm thinking, but Shannon, it's after, isn't it? So part of my brain's saying after, part of my brain's saying before. So part of my brain's correct and the other part's just old. February 2nd through 5th is the All-Star break. I'm already scheduling a vacation for us so that the All-Star break will be part of it because there's not hockey being played. So it means if I want to enjoy vacation, that's a good time to schedule it. The game itself is in Florida. We're not doing the vacation in Florida though. That would kind of work, but at the same time, we did promise the kids eventually we'll go back to Disneyland, and it's been quite a while. It'll be over 3 years by the time we'd go back then. February 18th, the Stadium Series game will be in Raleigh. That's against, of course, the Washington Capitals. And so that's a big game that they've been waiting for in Carolina for years. So glad to see that one on the schedule, and it's coming. Of course, you're going to have great stadium jerseys. There's going to be Winter Classic jerseys for Pittsburgh and Boston. Will Pittsburgh do a blue jersey? We'll see. There's debate about whether or not that'll happen. The season itself ends on April 13th. 15 games are scheduled for the final day of the year. So that means that the season would end about 2.5 weeks before when it ended this season, which is why next year, July 1st, we'll be back as being the day for free agency. The final week of the year would be or final week of June would be where you'd have the draft. And so it means a more normal schedule next year. That's the plan, right? End the season on April 13th, started on technically October 7th, as I said, although the North American part's October 11th. The October 11th games are Vegas against the Los Angeles Kings and Tampa Bay and against the New York Rangers. So those will be back to back. It'll be great reviewing those games. It always feels good to have that recharge over the summer and then get back into reviewing games again. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then they start to really come after me on the 15th of October, that first Saturday. There's 15 games. 2 of them, by my count, are matinee games, meaning 13 games that night. So it's going to be busy. And of course, that'd be the first power rankings of the regular season too. So 15 games means there'll be probably a lot of movement in those first power rankings. It should be fun. It should be entertaining. And yeah, so 15 game night, sure, bring it on. I was looking at it, and it looks like it's just the 2 games on the 11th. I think there's 4 or 5 the next night, and then it ramps up to that 15. Then there's no games at all on the Sunday, and then there's, I think, 6 or 7 on the Monday after that. So at the very least, yeah, I'll be up late doing the power rankings and the review, but I don't have to do a preview, and I don't have to be up early Sunday morning. So I'm in favor of that. The latest of the home openers. Now, the Canucks don't open their building until the 22nd of October, but the Coyotes don't have a home game until the 28th of October. So this might be because they have to do some upgrades to the building. It might just be that's how it ends up being scheduled, but that's how it works out. So Arizona will be the last team that plays at home. The one thing with scheduling for Arizona, though, is we're not expecting anything from the Coyotes, so we don't look at that and go, man, that'll sink their playoff hopes, right? There's 1,312 games in total. Seeing that in print, um, it's a lot, meaning that there were 1,311 games that I followed as much as I could this past season. The only game I wasn't able to is May 1st. We were doing the move, so I missed the Seattle-Winnipeg game, but I guess I could still technically watch it on my phone, right? So yeah, 1,312 games this year. And if you're wondering who's got new jerseys coming out, I've heard some rumblings, but the Oilers, it looks like, are getting a full makeover. And it looks like the Sharks might be getting a full makeover too. Now, I would think with the Sharks, they don't need to change much of anything. Just bring back the old stripes. Bring back the old black shoulder yoke. Just bring something. It just feels like their jerseys have been too kind of plain looking. So I would think that's going to happen. And of course, the new reverse retros should be getting revealed next month. Those should be available, I would think, in September for purchase. September is going to be a very busy month for all the jersey sites. I'll probably do an updated version on where to get jerseys as we go through the summer too, especially once the reverse retros are coming out. But there will be a reverse retro for the Seattle Kraken as well. Looking forward to a Metropolitans throwback. Fingers crossed, hopefully. And I can go through and do more on, hey, what they could do, what they might do, and what I think would be great if they did with the reverse retros as well. Those aren't going to be the only jerseys. Obviously, we'll see more new alternates. And yeah, so I'm excited for this coming season. It should be a fun one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.